Welcome to Old Fashioned Health Network. We're happy to be part of it today. I'm Dr. David Lee. Hope you're having a nearly perfect day. We talk in our office about refueling the body, recharging the body, and restoring the body. Today we're going to talk about refueling with water. Water is 72% of your body, 72% of every cell, 72% of the human body is water. 72% of the earth is water, by the way. I think that's kind of fun. And by the way, if you took the moon out of the sky gently, very gently, and placed it on the Earth's equator, it would take 72 moons to make a circle around the Earth. I find that to be fascinating because the fact that what does the moon do? Well, the moon controls the gravity and the tide, or the water on the Earth. The moon controls the water, and it takes 72 to make a circle around the Earth. God, it's kind of fun that way, don't you think? Water. The way the water works is very similar to my example to a grape. You take a group of grapes you buy at the grocery store, go down to Whole Foods or somewhere like that where you like to shop, get a bunch of grapes, you take them home, you put them in the colander in the kitchen sink, and you spray them off, wash them off, rinse them off. Good idea. None of the water that I sprayed on my grapes to wash them off went into the grapes though. Why? Well, the grapes have a skin on them that hold their juice inside. Matter of fact, grapes don't get their water from the rain directly. When the raindrops come down on the grapes, the water runs off the grape and goes into the ground. The roots take the water into the vine puts the water into the grape. And then when you pluck them, you have a nice juicy grape to eat. The human cells are very similar to that. Every cell in your body has a pore on the side of it called an aquaporin. An aquaporin allows water to come into the cell and water to go out of the cell, but in order for that to happen, scientifically, the water has to be small enough to go through the cell wall. Here's an example of water being too big to go into the cell wall. You get your bathtub ready for your baby. You take your shirt sleeve up and you put your elbow in the bathtub to test the water. Make sure it's not too hot for the baby, right? Or not too cold. You pull your elbow out. You don't pull a SpongeBob elbow out with a big old bunch of water inside your elbow, do you? Because the water does what? Runs right off just like a duck's back. Runs right off your elbow. It doesn't soak in at all. Interesting how that works, isn't it? But sometimes you say, well, I'm thirsty. I'm dehydrated. I need to drink some water. So you drink a bunch of water, and the water goes into your mouth, and down your throat, into your kidneys, and back out into the toilet again. Most of the water that most people drink today in America never gets into your cells because the water particle size is too large to fit through the aquaporin in the cell. In order for that to happen scientifically, the water has to be broken down into small enough pieces to get inside the cell. That's important because everything that goes inside a human cell has to be carried by a water molecule. And everything that exits a cell in the human body has to be carried by a water molecule. So good stuff in, bad stuff out, all has to be carried by water. Now, if the water is not small enough to go through the aquaporin, there's pores on the side of the cell, what happens? Water hits the cell and bounces off and goes down the toilet. You actually rinse most of the water you drink. You drink it, half an hour later you pee it right back out again and it's gone, never to be used. What happens to the water that's in your body? You get dehydrated? No, you don't get dehydrated. We say dehydrated, but what we mean is the water that's in your body is still 72%. But the water that's in your body is old, mold, mildew, stagnant, tadpoles for crying out loud. I'm joking about that. But you get the idea. The water gets so old that we start to rot or rust from the inside out because the water is so old. We want to make sure the water is exchanging. How do you make sure the water is exchanging? There's lots of brands of water out there that say they do a better job, but scientifically they do that. If the water particle size is not small enough, it won't go in your cells. Well water gets small enough because the earth breaks the water down into smaller pieces and clears off all the memory of the water. That's right, water has memory. Water that comes out of your tap in America is usually pretty doggone clean, but it's clustered in such a large particle size that it won't go in your cells. Now, a very healthy human being can break that water up into smaller and smaller pieces inside the gut, and the body will absorb the water into the cells. But most of the people walking around the streets today are not very healthy individuals. Most of them are stressed out on adrenaline and other things, so go faster that their body just rinses the water, you drink it, you pee it right back out again without exchanging the water at all. Now, well water will work because well water has been through the earth and broken down. Water that's been struck by lightning will work. This was discovered about 40 years ago in Japan. There was a scientist who said he had one of those little fish ponds in the backyard and the lightning struck his pond. He was devastated because he thought it's going to kill all my plants and all my fish. What he found out was that the fish And the plant life actually thrived and got bigger, better, faster because of the lightning strike, because it actually made the water what? More available, a lot more full of oxygen, a lot more full of available for the plants and the animals to grow. So he thought it'd be a good idea to try that for the human beings. Now we have a machine called Kangen, which is K-A-N-G-E-N, which actually strikes the water with lightning. It creates lightning on platinum plates inside the machine like a lightning strike to break the water into smaller particle size so it goes into your cells better. Most water filter machines in today's marketplace that are alkalining water makes the water high in pH, but high pH does not make the water go into your cells better. Just because you're drinking alkaline water doesn't mean it's working for your body better. As a matter of fact, the alkalinity probably changes as soon as it goes into your throat. It might not even get a chance to do its work because it's not getting into your cells. Alkalized, L-I-Z-E, not alkaline, L-I-N-E, alkalized water is water that's been particle size smaller and it's higher pH. That's what the Kangen water is. There are several machines on the marketplace that will do what the Kangen machine does, so it's not the only kid on the block. However, most of the other machines, at least all the ones that I have tested, will do exactly what the Kangen water machine does. It'll make the water particle size smaller, and it will alter the pH up and down with whatever you dial on the machine. The problem is the other machines will only hold their particle size for 30 seconds. Now that's not long enough for the body to actually absorb the water. It's not long enough for you to carry a water bottle to the gym this afternoon. The Kangen ST501 machine will let it last for 3.5 days. That's a machine that I chose to use in my office because of that feature. I give the water away free in my office because the water particle size matters to get things in and out of the cells faster. Especially for people that are challenged with health issues that are trying to get water in and out of their cells better, get medications in and out of their body, get food in and out of their body, get toxins in and out of their body. We want to use something that's going to transfer better. That's what the water is all about. Come by and try to sample the water. You can taste the difference, you can feel the difference in your hands, and your health will feel the difference within a couple of days. We appreciate you and have a good night. God bless.